one of them. So they're 0-7. But I just love what the Bucs are doing lately. They've covered back-to-back games. They have their eye on the 1 seed. And I just think Brady's locked in. He's making a case for an MVP. I think this should be a one-sided game from the start.
I'm playing into that with you. I'm going to go under 45 total points. New York's offense has been terrible. They've scored more than 21 points just once in 7 games, and they're going against a Tampa defense that ranks first in the NFL in opponent yards per play. Remember, Tampa Bay's got New Orleans on deck. Get in, get the job done, get out.
Let's hope, not for the company's rating standpoint, but sleepy 31-6 game will both be winners. Let's send it back to SportsCenter.
Good to know, guys. Thanks so much. Well, Tom Brady is no stranger to playing in primetime standalone games. This will be his 12th consecutive season that he'll appear in at least one Monday Night Football game. His 17 career wins on Monday night are tied for third all time. And a win tonight, he'll be alone in third behind Hall of Famers Dan Marino and Brett Favre. And here is Peyton Manning with a unique perspective on Brady's recent success throwing to Rob Gronkowski.
On this episode of Detail, we'll take a look at Tampa Bay Bucs quarterback Tom Brady. Play a little game here. Do you think Tom was throwing to Gronk? Do you think he was? Okay. Troy Aikman thought he was. Thought it was one of the best throws he made all game.
This is unbelievable by Tom Brady. This throw right here, that's as good as it gets.
I'm not so sure. I'm going to just go out on a limb and say he's coming out here to Evans, right? He wants to throw the hitch to Evans. He knows these corners are squatting. He's like, I am not going to throw a pick six on a hitch route, right? So I'm kind of unsure. Okay, Evans, if you don't get the hitch route, he's going to turn up and scramble on kind of the go route. I'm going to throw kind of a high ball to Evans that's going to be Evans's ball or nobody else's. Oh, but guess who runs right underneath it is Gronk. Now, will we get Tom to admit who he was throwing to? I don't think so. He wouldn't admit that he didn't know it was fourth down. There's no way he's going to admit that he wasn't throwing to Gronk, especially after Aikman says, what an unbelievable throw. So you just let it go. Let's just watch from the end zone here, right? I mean, is he ever really looking at Gronk? I don't think so. I think he's on Evans. You really see it from the sideline. Let's just watch from the sideline. Watch his eyes. I'm telling you, I think he's on Evans. He's on Evans. He's on Evans. He's on Evans. Nice play, Gronk. That's all you got to say. You don't have to explain it. You don't have to explain it, especially via these Zoom interviews these guys are getting to do. How lucky are these guys, right? No press conferences with reporters right in your face asking you, who were you throwing to? Why'd you take that sack? Were you going for it on fourth down? Did you know it was fourth down? The Zoom interviews, they're easy to do. So you don't have to explain it, but on Detail, we're going to call it out. For more analysis, watch Detail on ESPN+.
I tell you, that is just priceless, that little bit of haterade from Peyton Manning right there. NFL front office insider Mike Tannenbaum is live with more on tonight's Monday Night Football matchup. Okay, so Peyton's focused on Tom Brady. We're going to focus on the Giants. As it stands right now, the Giants could be picking second overall in the next draft. What should they be planning to do at quarterback, Mike?
I think they got to take a long look at Justin Fields, quarterback from Ohio State. And guys, we saw this phenomenon going back 2 years ago. We saw Josh Rosen be a top 10 pick from Arizona. Steve Wilkes is head coach. New head coach Cliff Kingsbury comes in. He's gone. They draft Kyler Murray. We're looking at a couple of quarterbacks here. Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones, Dwayne Haskins. They've all been inherited by new head coaches. I think it changes the paradigm. And right now, I'm not so sure that Justin Fields is not the better pro prospect than Daniel Jones. Better athlete, more physical, to make all the throws. So if I'm the Giants, I'm taking a long look at that if I wind up with the second pick overall.
So many coaches, when they come in, they want to have in their guy, and Justin Fields would be a very interesting option there. Now, the Cowboys quarterback situation is a little uncertain as well. Why should Dallas be looking to add another veteran quarterback to the roster?
Ryan, they're in the NFC East. This thing has a long way to go. And there's some veteran quarterbacks, Tyrod Taylor, Marcus Mariota, Mitch Trubisky, that are out there. And right now you have Andy Dalton, and we saw what happened last night. Again, I thought the Dallas defense was improved. It's a weak division. They have until 4 o'clock tomorrow. I would take a long look at trying to add a veteran quarterback, because if I have some insurance with Andy Dalton, I could wind up winning the NFC East this year.
Wow, think about that. Now, we've been talking about the Patriots a lot today. Cam Newton, of course, fumbled the ball in the red zone with the game on the line for the Patriots yesterday. How close is he to losing the starting job?
You know, maybe slightly, but I got to say this, Ryan. He was about 15 yards away from beating Buffalo in Buffalo. They're tremendously undermanned right now. We go back to the opt-outs of Marcus Cannon, Patrick Chung, Dante Hightower. You lose players like Edelman, Stephon Gilmore. And I know Cam Newton hasn't been perfect, but look, but for that fumble at the end, it's at least overtime. And again, they're about 15 yards away from winning. So if I'm Coach Belichick, I'm going to remain patient a little bit longer.
And it's the Bills, a great team this year. As you say, they are devoid of a lot of the weapons. Makes it a tough situation for Cam Newton and the Patriots. Mike, thank you so much.
Thanks, Ryan.
The Sports Center and the rookie starting quarterbacks were on full display yesterday to mixed success. I want to start you off with the top pick, Joe Burrow, who led the Bengals to an upset win over the Titans 31-20 as Cincy heads into its bye week. Now, Burrow tossed 249 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and afterwards, he praised his team for making plays.
We were talking about it all week in practice. We don't feel like a 1-5 football team. 1 or 2 plays go our way over the last couple weeks, and we're 6-2 right now, 7-1. But that we didn't make those plays until today, and it feels good to make them.
What are you going to do in the bye week?
Absolutely nothing.
Story of my life, Joe. Well, another rookie quarterback lighting it up. Justin Herbert, he threw 3 touchdowns yesterday against the Broncos. He has 15 touchdown passes in his first 6 games as a rookie. That ties Deshaun Watson's record from 2017. Here's the problem, though. The rest of the team isn't pulling their weight because, once again, the Chargers blew a big lead, and Herbert is bothered by that, yeah.
If anyone thinks that this doesn't bother me at all, they're wrong. And I take a lot of pride in this team, and I've only been here for a little bit, but you can't do anything about changing the results that have already happened. And all we can do now is look forward and go forward and continue to have great weeks of practice and get better. It's obviously tough. It's definitely tough, and anytime you lose close games like that, especially for 5 weeks in a row, it's tough, but we're going to get better, and there's nothing you can do about it now. So just keep pushing forward and keep getting better.
And the Tua era began in Miami with a win. His numbers weren't big, just 93 passing yards and 1 touchdown, but Miami's defense was, forcing Jared Goff into 4 turnovers en route to a 28-17 victory over the Rams. Tua critiqued his performance after the game on Sunday.